Welcome back to another video. Now, if you couldn't tell from the title of this video is going to be featuring 5 of my favorite rifle loadouts. Now, I'll explain why and the attachments that go with the rifles, along with maybe its ammunition, whatever, right? But I'm going to give you a quick, brief example of the rifles that I love using, that I use almost about every single mission, or that I use in the majority of my missions. So let's hop and dive into that. Without further ado, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And just to let you guys know, the whole purpose I'm doing this video is because of this comment right here by, well, pretty much one of my best viewers at the moment. Alright, hope you guys enjoy. So now for the second rifle, we got the M4 Ergel. I love this rifle when it comes to long ranges. That's why you see the 1 to 4 times scope on here, as well as with the RMR on the right side, just for those close quarter ranges, as long as you can use the laser for the close quarter ranges. So pretty much the only difference with this one is it's a longer barrel for longer ranges. Kind of already described that already. And then we got a 1 to 4 times magnifier, right? We got the RMR. I do love the charging handle. Same as for the other one, I had the same charging handle. And then I have a RVG grip. I usually prefer vertical or more vertical grips for the longer ranges. So like angle grips will usually be like for close range. Far range would be like vertical grips, like RVG, just I don't know, vertical grip, whatever. Right. So this is pretty much my loadout. As for this one, I do know a lot of people choose the MCX option, like the blue one. I'll put it up like right here maybe, but I know a lot of people choose that one. The whole reason I don't choose that one is because of the stock, right? The stock is usually like a close quarter stock. Also, I don't really see it being useful in most situations, but if I had to choose between the M4 Ergel or that rifle, it really would just depend on the mission. But instead, for majority of missions, I'd rather prefer the M4 Ergel than the MCX version. Now, just because I kind of forgot the name, I'm already been loading with the MCX. Explain exactly why I don't use it. So for reference, M4 Ergel. Now I'm gonna show you the MCX just for my counter argument. Alright, so here we have it with the same attachments, maybe different color attachments because of the color of the weapon itself. By the way, Tactical Soldier, you need to add camos. You need to add customization where you can change the color of your weapon. Just note that if you're watching this video. Anyways, same charging handle, right? Which doesn't make much different, but like I said, the butt stock, right? This is, like, it barely has any padding. So like usually when I'm shooting far ranges, I don't want my recoil, I don't want my whole entire body to go crazy, have my gun go up multiple times when I'm trying to shoot at far range. That's why I prefer bigger, maybe even bulkier gun stocks, right? Now it still has that longer barrel, right? So it's the same attachments, just a different color of the weapon itself. Not really anything different, but that's just the whole reason why I'd rather choose the M4 Ergel than this one. So now let's get on to our third rifle. So next up we got the HK416. I love the HK416. It's pretty much supposed to be a replacement of the M4A1 made by H&K. So pretty much I'll go over why I choose the HK416. For me, I'm a big rifle guy. And what I mean by that is like military rifles that look like M4A1s, MK18s, maybe you get the gist of it, right? So right here we got a suppressor. I believe it's suppressor 3. Doesn't really matter too much when it comes to me talking about suppressors. We got a different foregrip. Now I know this one starts with a V. I'm not gonna say the whole entire name because I'm probably gonna sound out of this world. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what the foregrip looks like. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So now we got the hollow sight EOTech. And we got the 3x multiplier, right? Magnifier, apologies. So there's only like 2 things I don't really like about this one, and it's the pretty much the design of the mag, right? If it was like a window mag, if it was tan, I'd be in love with the mag, right? But obviously it's just a gray standard mag. like something out of M4A1 or M16, right? That's the whole reason why I kind of like, I feel a little lenient about this build. Same with the charging handle. It's just this normal one where you can like only pretty much rack it from the left. Now in the game you can rack it from the right or the left, whatever hand you use. But you know, in real life they have it a certain where you can only rack it. Like you'd have to own a gun to know what I'm talking about. So, but pretty much maybe if they change the charging handle as well as with the mag. And now this is a little out of context, right? But when you are charging this charging handle, you don't use both fingers, right, on both sides. I think they need to do that with the different charging handles at least, just to add like a realism factor. I don't know, right? That's just maybe me. Maybe you can like just press 2 buttons on it at the same time. But yeah. So, hey, tactical assault, please add that. Honestly, it's a simple detail. I'm not asking for much. So, anyways, HK 416. I love it. If you hate it, I don't care. My personal favorite. We have the Scar H. I might not have mentioned in the last little me showing the gun, the HK 416, that I love it for it can be close range as well as far range, depending on how you kind of set it up. And that's at least how I do it, depending on the grip and the sight, as you saw the 3 times magnifier. But this one, I purposely, same as like the M4 Ergel, love it when it comes to far ranges. Now this has a bigger caliber than all the other weapons, rifles, if we're gonna be a little particular about this, that I've been using. This is actually chambered in 7x6 to 551. Someone please don't correct me on that. Maybe correct me, I don't know. But as we see here, I have an RVG grip, right? Because like I said, when it comes to vertical ranges, I like to have, well, not vertical ranges, my bad. When it comes to longer ranges, I love vertical grips, right? Right here, we have the ACOG with the armor on top. I don't know why I put an armor on the side. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. But usually I use this exact gun when it comes to like Silver Snake, stuff like that, because we're going to be going inside the building, so I need the armor on top. And then for those far ranges, I want a big caliber to take down enemies, faster velocity. It's like pretty much a semi-sniper of a rifle. Either way, I love the way the charging handle is. I love the way it looks. Reminds me of like desert themed. Same as for the stock, so that's why I say it's like farther ranges. So all in all, I love this gun. Really good for far ranges, Silver Snake, etc. Right now, since I might as well ask Tactical Assault to do something else, we have this gun, which you don't know, it's the Scar H. Now we need the Scar L, right? And if you guys don't know what Scar H means, Scar Heavy, Scar Light, right? Pretty much we need the 5.56 version for when we're running those 5.56 raids. And what is it called, the Hawaii or whatever? That does not count. So, Tactical Assault, please add the Scar L. Right, just do me a favor. As for our last gun, we have here the MK18. Now, I would say it really just depends. Either the MK18 or the M4A1 would be in my 5th place. Now, I am going to choose the MK18, but I want you guys to keep in mind that the M4A1 is an amazing gun, amazing American-made gun, and pretty much made majority of the versions like HK, MK18, pretty much like making the design of it, right? So shout out M4A1. I love you. You're one of my favorite guns forever. Definitely a proud American to have that gun made in our country. But right here we have the MK18, right? I love the MK18, right? I specifically love it when it comes to CQB for the shorter barrel, right? I believe this is less than 16 inches. So it works good when it comes to CQB. Now with some of these builds, I can understand where some people don't like suppressors. And for one of those reasons, which also is one of my reasons that I sometimes won't run a suppressor, is to move in rooms a little more easier without adding more length to your gun, to make it a little more difficult with going into those rooms. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you can understand the struggle of what a suppressor can make when entering those rooms. But once you got it down where you can properly and quickly move through the rooms with a suppressor, I love to run suppressors. Right, so this is my CQB weapon. If you guys haven't already, take a guess, because there's not much sights in this game, and I've been using the same one for like, I think 3 of my kids. We got the EOTech. Wonderful sight. I will always love it. By the way, tactical assault, like I said, I'm literally just giving you advice. You need to add more sights, maybe more variants of holographic sights. Hey, just saying. Right, so we got the EOTech holographic sight, right, with the suppressor too, angle grip, and then I love the stock. I love everything about this one, right? I will usually run this almost at all times, unless I'm using like maybe the HRT, something like that. I'll usually be running the MK18. So just because of that one comment asking me, well, what would be my favorite rifles in my opinion, that is my 5 favorite rifles. If you enjoyed, do me a favor, subscribe, like, maybe give me a comment, right? Do you guys disagree? Do you guys agree? Do you think maybe I missed something? Do you think that the LVAW should be in the rifle section? Do you think it should? Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah, okay. So, let me know all of that down in the comments below. With all that being said, stay tactical.
Did you think that was the end of the video? Well, I must say, you are wrong. Now, if you stick to this far into the video, this is a little like just kind of a little, spoiler, right, for what I'm going to be doing in my upcoming videos, right? So I'm going to be implementing something called verse of the video, right? And pretty much what it is I'm giving their daily bread of just saying one verse at the end of my videos. Right, I hope you guys like this adjustment. I want to add more God related into my videos, so this is why I implemented it. Now, the verse that we're going to have in today's video, it's going to look a lot different than what I'm going to do in different videos. Instead of ending off my videos and not showing an extra clip like this, I'm just going to continue it and then end off my videos. Hopefully that makes some sense. But either way, let's hurry and dive into our verse of the day, which is a popular verse, which is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and for whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Now, I hope you guys enjoy that. If you guys like this adjustment, let me know down in the comments below. With all of that being said, have a blessed day.